Hello everybody, it's a lunar eclipse, so let's do a healing and a cleansing to get us ready to jump through the portal into this new phase. We are at the end of a group of eclipses and I thought we could all do with a bit of help. A lot of people feel eclipses, can't cope with the energy, feel really heavy. So now is that time to let that all go, whether it be quite easily or quite difficult. But I'm here to help you with some beautiful Reiki energy through this last lunar eclipse. So let's just ground first. We're going to always ground and protect. So I want you to just settle yourself down. Settle yourself down and just take a few breaths in and release as much tension as you can. Release, release, and release. Relaxing deeper and deeper. Sigh out if you need to. And now I want you to start to feel heavier. Relaxing all of those limbs, your arms, your legs. Are you clenching any muscles? Just consciously release them. And just imagine growing beautiful roots out of your body and down into the ground below you. Down and down and down. Until they find a giant crystal orb, whatever colour is needed, at the centre of the earth. And breathe out again. And if the root system doesn't work for you, just imagine your feet. Rocking on a perfect sphere. And all of your little tiny roots can grow through these holes that have been carved, representing the elements. This is a Chinese dragon puzzle ball made of jade. It's quite heavy. You could also imagine, as you lie there, this our representation of Gaia, of the earth, resting on your chest, keeping you nice and still at your heart center. Imagine a yin and a yang curling around each other, roots growing upwards as well as downwards. As you connect to infinity and all of the multiverses that you need to be working karmically with at this moment. And we will place a beautiful orb of protection completely around you. We will place one in one direction, sunwise, and we will place another one, widdertins, anti-clockwise, to create an orb of light, two of them spinning in opposite directions, like an eclipse does, pulling, but as it pulls, it keeps you in a magnetic, steady vortex. And we ask your angels and your guides to bless you. We ask for divine light to radiate down and into your auric field, filling that sphere with love and light and protection. And as we light this candle, we ask as many light workers to come as possible, as well as angels, guides, perhaps even any ancestors as we are in that season, animals, whoever is on your team. And just breathe out at any time. Breathing out tension is good for you to do. It is a release. So before we go any further, I'm going to draw the Reiki symbols into you. Just summoning my Reiki into that hand, and we draw the Sei, Hei, Ki. Using two hands to push it through and channel from earth, heaven, each of the four directions, and the sun and the moon, as well as drawing up beautiful energy from the earth. And now just relax and listen for a little while as I explain what I've got here. So this is representing the sun, although it is not totally in the correct place. This is an obsidian mirror, a dark mirror. It is used for visualizations, but I use it for this sort of thing, just closing doors. Oh look, that's nice, isn't it? A nice reflection of that light, that offering light. But here today, this represents the sun. It is of the fire element. Obsidian came out of volcanoes. So it's just going to slip off there. We also have a beautiful selenite moon disk representing our beautiful satellite. The dragon ball representing the earth. And I've got a double terminated quartz. Should have put the circle up with that. I'll reaffirm it in a minute. And a piece of rutilated moonstone. It has these sort of blue and violet lights, but it has a piece of tourmaline. So let's just cut any cords that is holding you back. Just around your aura. Lift up your feet for me. That's it. A couple of cords under your feet, behind you. So anything that you keep repeating, patterns, behaviors, thought patterns, and at the front of you, through all of those chakras. And we ask the angels of the violet fire and the violet flame to come and neutralize any of the stagnant energy, any of those strings, so that they don't grow back those cords of unhealthy and unneeded thought patterns, emotions, whatever. You know better than us, guides and angels. So I just want you now, if you are thinking of anything yourself that you do, just make that intention now as I draw a double chakra. I draw the Mara for abundance. And I close it with a chakra out. Send those thoughts out into the universe. And breathe in. All the way through your body. Let's draw the master symbol, Daikumyo. 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 The Tibetan master symbol, the angelic Reiki master symbol, as well as many other different types of Reiki. Filtering down through your auric field now as you stand on the threshold of the portal. And we have these Tai Chi cards here. As you stand on the threshold of that door, it is always open. You only need to step through it into your new life, the next phase of your life, the next cycle. The next cycle. Everything is cyclical. But it just comes back in a slightly different way with a slightly different energy. And work with it. Don't push against it. And we have our full moon above her there. So just imagine yourself standing in this stance. And she will be doing circular movements, maybe with a chi ball. She may be moving her body in a figure of 8 as well. We have the 2 circles there. And those 2 circles that we drew earlier, one is going one way and the other is going the other way. Look, there are patterns and reflections as well. Ripples of energy. Okay. And then before or at the exact point of the culmination, stillness for a second, a minute. It would be a second, wouldn't it? It would be a millisecond. Take that breath in and step through that doorway now. Picture that doorway, stepping through it, through the gates. And that difficult energy that you have been struggling with will start to slacken. It will start to recede. And over the next few days, you'll start to get a bit of respite. Breathe in. Breathe in and breathe out. And we draw a sonar for distant, healing down those karmic levels through into the future to those karmic lines, those pathways that you may or may not choose. Setting that intention to tread well on the earth, to be more in tune with your higher self. Let's raise to those chakras above your head. And let's just draw some energy up. Draw some of those energies down as well, just to keep you feeling grounded again. So this equinox, ooh, where did that come from? See, I'm still living in the past as well. This full moon eclipse. Those of you who are going to be lucky enough to see it, will see the moon turn red. The moon will turn red as the earth passes between the light and the earth, blocking out that light. Still glowing from a candle. You can't block out candles. But perhaps if I put this here, see, even if we block out part of it, that light doesn't feel full, does it? It feels a bit short-changed. But it's only a matter of minutes. And I'm not sure how long eclipses last, the effects. An astrologer will tell you that. But nothing is permanent. Everything changes. And some of those things that you're finding difficult now, the next time they come round in that cycle, you'll be able to handle them a bit better. So the moon that the eclipse is happening in is Taurus. Taurus, an earth sign. Abundance. Many cultures and paths counted their wealth in bulls, didn't they? Perhaps if things have been going badly at work, or you're overspending your money now, is that time to step through that door, perhaps to be a little bit more disciplined, to keep a better rein on yourself, to not be tempted so much. And ask the earth to keep your mind steady, to keep your heart steady, to keep your resolve steady, and not to go off on your flightiness. Oh, 2 o'clock in the morning, let's do a bit of shopping. I'll feel good buying that, pressing in my cart. Or perhaps you want to be a bit more present. You do worry about the past too much. You procrastinate about the future. Bringing ourselves into the present. Trusting a little bit more. Selene a la luna. If the cycles of your body are giving you trouble, males can go through this as well, I believe, with the moon phases, females with the moon phases, and with their cycle, their monthly cycle. Perhaps start to really watch these moon phases, live your life by these moon phases. When the moon is waning, start to relax, have a slow couple of weeks. Go out when the moon is getting full and you have so much energy. Because if you're sitting at home when you've got all that energy, you start to become fidgety, maybe gritty. And then when that sun comes back, those in the southern hemisphere rising up to summer now, go and expend all that energy. In the northern hemisphere, try to embrace the winter if you struggle from it. Imagine that you are in that alpine cabin with nice furry slippers and woolen blankets, a roaring fire. Try and embrace a slower part of the year. Nothing is ever even. The yin and yang is hardly ever completely even. That magnetism pulling, it's always happening. But if you find the right spot, becoming loose but almost being held in that place, you don't expend any energy when the earth holds you. Feel that, take your mind back to this vortex that is going that way and that way at the same time round you. I'll see if I can activate it now above each of you as you focus upon it. Widdershins and sunwise. Healing vortexes are supposed to be incredibly healing. If you can't feel that, imagine you can feel it. Perfectly safe, perfectly secure. We called in your guides and we have protection. Perhaps feel a bit like the floor falls away and you're being held and suspended as the astrological effects of this, the eclipse, culminates and moves through. And now focus on the fluidity of yourself, those light spots, those dark spots. Embrace them both. Both are as important as the other. Perhaps call in the light goddess, a goddess who's a bit more outgoing, happy, dancey, and the sinister goddess within you. One that is a bit more melancholy, that questions a bit more. Maybe sometimes snaps at people. It makes you you. And as long as we don't overdo it, and as long as we recognize and ask for forgiveness, apologize, if it is right, and it is one of these silly little snaps we do. Apologizing to ourselves mainly Like those dark bits, because they make you you, they make you quirky, they make us all who we are. And it is to be human, to be imperfect. We wouldn't be needing to walk on this planet if we were perfect, because we would have nothing more to learn. As you're thinking about those quirks, let's spray some aura spray. And this is from a friend of mine locally. This is Blue Lotus. So we're bringing in that goddess energy. Think of Isis and her twin Nephthys, the goddess of light and the goddess of dark. One having Horus's child and the other having Set. And now that you are embracing some of your darkness, you can learn to love it, and you can carry less of a burden, less guilt, as we take some of those veils off, especially if you've been working with your intuition. Just imagine a nice big heavy net being lifted off you, so that you are able to discern more, to not dither so much, procrastinate, as us British say. That's a British word, dithering. And when some of those heavy layers have been removed, the layers of karmic debt, of guilt, and you can forgive yourself these foibles a little bit more, as the power shell that I shine on you now promotes forgiveness for the Maori. You can take that breath again of that beautiful, beautiful lotus, and the moon child of you within you emerges. You step over that precipice, through that doorway, with wonder and enjoyment. What does the next cycle bring to you? The next exciting chapter in your life? The possibilities. Manifest. Manifest now. Manifest. Send your wishes out, your love out, and your strength out. Now make those wishes. Double terminated Lemurian quartz. As I hold my fingers on the ridges, we reset any patterning that was lost through the ages of Lemuria and Atlantis and Avalon. From the ages of other planetary systems you have once lived on. And we unite with your higher self on the path of learning, knowing that especially if you find it difficult, you are scoring those extra Girl Guide and brownie points in your karmic debt. Ooh, didn't want to sit. Power to you. Power and healing and joy and bounty and love. Now, I want you just to imagine now a portal in the night opening. And there is light on the other side, and I want you to step through that doorway now. Take a breath in, breathe down to your feet. I feel like there are lots of angels coming in for this manifestation, this meditation, this healing. And now, just lie yourself down. On the beautiful earth. On Geb or Gaia. Geb is what the Egyptians called earth, and it was male, so we have that male energy and that female energy of the Greek Gaia. And as that earth passes, light of the moon returns, shining down and sealing in those wishes, holding that over your stellar gateway, the causal, the soul star, and the light feeds down through the body, third eye, throat, higher heart, middle heart, lower heart, thymus, hara, solar plexus, getting them in the wrong order, sacral, root, earth, gateway, and that light connects you to the source, your higher self, so that you can be the best that you can try to be. Walk through your days with happiness and joy, and remember, the sun always rises. Tomorrow we get a chance to try everything again. Any last wishes? Focus on the candle as we protect and polish your aura. With the protective obsidian. And start to feel yourself grounding now as the energy subsides. Just going to run it down the back. And we now call any parts of ourselves that went away, that left, to return now. Hon, Sha, Ze, Shaw, Distant healing symbol of Reiki. Honsha Tse Sho. Take a breath in and breathe out again and down to your feet. Okay. We'd like to thank all our helpers. We thank your angels, your guides, the ascended masters, the goddesses, the sun and the moon and the earth, the crystals, and the hope and potential. Now, if you can, drink some water, rest as you need to, and look forward to the next cycle we're going to go through. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye now.